Hello friends, this is Chinmay Das from Ethereal Elixir, and in this episode we are going to try mutton rogan juice. So let's check the ingredients and let's try the recipe. I'm preparing the first level of marinade here. In this bowl I have half cup of curd or yogurt, 1/3 cup of sour cream, to which I added 1 teaspoon of lime juice, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of red chilli powder or paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, and I also need 2 tablespoons of store-bought meat masala. So I'm using a store-bought meat masala here. If you have any homemade meat masala, you can use it. I mix them real good and prepare the first level of marinade, and to which I'm adding nearly 3 pound, which is 1.3 kilogram of baby goat. I'm using baby goat in my recipe. If you want to use baby lamb, you can go ahead and use it, and marinate it for 6 to 8 hours. Yes, 6 to 8 hours marination will be real good. I'm ready to cook. My pot is really hot, to which I add half cup or 120 milliliter of mustard oil. Let it come to a smoking point. Do remember, mustard oil can leave a raw smell on your food. So always bring to a smoking point and then start cooking. Here you can see it's smoking hot, and that's when I add half teaspoon of sugar. Let it caramelize. You can see like once I add, immediately it starts caramelizing, and that's the right point to add the onions. Here I have a bowl of onion, finely chopped, which is around 3 large onion. Saute it for a minute, and then I add half teaspoon of salt. To remember, we have already added salt to our first level of marinade, so we add less salt now. I add the salt, saute it for additional 1 minute. So adding the salt will fasten the cooking process, to which goes half teaspoon of turmeric powder. Saute it for additional 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll add the chili powder, which is around half teaspoon of chili powder or paprika. Saute it for additional a minute or two, to which finally we'll add 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. Here I have a crushed ginger and garlic paste. I use my mortar and pestle. I prefer using crushed ginger and garlic paste because that gives a good texture and good flavor to the curry. Now I add 4 tablespoons of masala paste. I have provided the recipe for this masala paste in the description below. Saute it for a few more minutes. While sauteing, keep in mind that you need to keep the flame at medium. You do not want to burn your masala. So keep stirring, keep sauteing. After 8 minutes of sauteing, you can see the masala has started releasing the oil, and that's a sign masala is really ready. At this point, I add the goat and mix it real good. So keep stirring and mix it real good. The yogurt, the sour cream from the goat, it will start releasing the water, and the goat will get cooked in that water. I also add around 5 big chunks of green papaya. So now green papaya is a meat tenderizer, and adding this green raw papaya to your goat curry makes the meat really tender and really juicy. If you do not get the green raw papaya, you can skip this step. And now I cover the lid and let it cook for around 30 more minutes. Keep stirring in between, maybe around 5 to 7 minutes. You do not want to let the masala stick to your bottom of the pot, or you do not want to burn your meat. So keep stirring in between, and then after 30 minutes, here you can see water content is reduced and the goat is nearly 80% cooked. At this point, I add few big cubes of potatoes. My daughter loves potatoes, so I add potatoes to this curry, and trust me, it really tastes wonderful. The potato absorbs the flavor from the gravy, and it tastes really wonderful. I also add around a teaspoon of store-bought garam masala here, and keep stirring for a few more minutes. So now here, like if you look at it, the meat is around 80% cooked. Only thing remaining to be cooked is the potato. Now I add around 1.5 cup of water, which is around 375 milliliter, I would say. Add the water, taste for salt. If little bit more salt needed, you can add at this point and let it simmer for additional 15 minutes at medium flame. So when you cook at medium flame, it slow cooks and the meat becomes really juicy and tender, and so as the potato gets cooked. Now I plate it in this bowl. Looks really tempting, really yummy. I can't wait to taste it. I also sprinkle a little bit of fried onion on top of it, and it goes really wonderful with white rice, or if you're having roti or garlic naan, anything will go good with this. So let's dig in.
Hey guys, it's Nishka Das, and I'm going to be tasting this mutton curry with some rice. So let's try it. The curry, it's really flavoring, tastes awesome. So I'm going to try the goat to see how it tastes. It's really like juicy and tender, and the potato that I tasted, it tastes really nice like a potato, and the curry gives the potato really nice flavoring, really tender and juicy, and it tastes awesome, and I just can't explain it. It's the best. So please do try this recipe and subscribe, share, and like. Bye!